Yes.
Missing on Sunday, I am your host, The Token. I ran across a video that I want to share with you guys. I'm going to play it and I'm just going to give you my thoughts and my commentary on it.
Faith. My only strength to bear against the devil itself.
I came across this trailer for a movie, and I think it's out. It's in the horror genre, and it's called The Carpenter's Son. There are certain movies that I want nothing to do with. Not just watching them, but being involved with them in any way. This is one of those movies. I'm kind of looking around and doing some research here. So, of course, it's a trailer, and I wanted to find out a little bit more about it. So, I went to Wikipedia, I looked it up. So, The Carpenter's Son is a 2025 supernatural thriller film, and I think it's in the horror genre. And it's based off, or actually inspired by, the infancy Gospel of Thomas. And apparently, this is part of the Dead Sea Scrolls, or maybe it's one of the scrolls that just were not included in the Bible. Um, I have not read it myself. I've read bits of what's in the Gospel of Thomas. I would need to judge what's in there. Regardless, when I think about this movie, there is no amount of money you could pay me to act in this film, to show up on set, or to have my name anywhere near the credits. 2 million, 10 million, whatever the number is, I'm not coming near it. The way I look at it, some things are just not worth the cost of my soul. It's not worth my conscience. It's not worth my accountability to God. I have enough issues and problems. I have enough sins that I make myself. I don't want to add this one to it. All right. So I'm checking this Wikipedia page, and I mean, I'm looking at it here, and it looks like this movie's already released. It's something that can be watched now. I don't really know the channels, but from what I understand, you could go somewhere and pay to watch it. I see the actors in it. Couldn't pay me to act in this. They be like, "Hey man, come get this 50 mil I got." Nah, bro, I'm good. I'll pass. This is not about being sensitive to what's going on in this movie. It's about reverence. You see the scripture I have up. Scripture is very clear in Exodus 24. So, Exodus 20, chapter 20, verse 4. And by the way, this is part of the 10 commandments. I'm not saying you have to follow them. If you don't want to follow them, don't follow them. But it is a part of the 10 commandments that Yahweh the Elohim forbids making images and likenesses of what is in heaven, and he forbids mishandling his name and his holiness. Now, if we read the scripture as we have it, is thou shalt not make unto thee any graven images, and this is King James Version, by the way, or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. So I probably need to get rid of this. Probably need to throw that there on the floor. And I got a bunch of those pops. I don't worship those things. I just grew up and I like those type of things, and they were fun to look at and play with the action figures. I'm too old to play with action figures, so I just have them. I don't worship them, but I clearly need to review 20 verse 4 because I might be breaking one of the major 10 commandments. And the bad thing about it, I don't need to be doing I already have my own problems I have to deal with. I don't need to have something else to break. I don't need to have another issue that is not even a hard issue for me to deal with. That's one of them I don't want to be found breaking. Let me go back. I just want to play a little bit more. I don't know if it's going to start over on me, but I wanted to go about
He
here.
bears a power he cannot understand.
What are they trying to say?
Power I cannot contain.
Is he my father?
That's a very familiar
Put that in your
actor.
mind. Do you want to know a secret?
No.
I know one that can free you.
Oh, no.
Who are you?
You know who I am.
No.
Is he from your
Oh, no. Mm-mm. Herein lies the real problem. Over time, we have become way too comfortable with images of the Messiah, the Christ. And they are all false images because no one knows what he truly looks like to draw him a graven image. But every place I go, there's an image. Houses I go to, there's an image. And in churches, there are images. So people feel very comfortable when the Messiah is depicted as someone that is weak, appears like they look like some hippie, so comfortable that people feel like they can rewrite him, reimagine him, and place him in the genres and narratives he was never meant to be part of. And that comfort in doing so is where the problem lies. It's not right. And I can tell you the Messiah is not happy with it. I don't care how much you say you pray. I don't care how much you feel like you're adding to the culture, what you're trying to relay with the carpenter's son, trying to bring down his status. That's the problem.
Angels were from demons.
You were always afraid, greatly afraid.
My faith has been shattered!
I'm the accuser of life. I am the adversary. And why am I here?
To torment me.
When you reduce the Messiah to a character, to a like a horror movie, or to something people feel they can walk up on or manipulate, you strip away the reverence. And that is not who the Messiah is and who he is represented to his followers. He's not approachable in that way. He's not the subject to our creativity, our shock value, or our storytelling and movie making experiments. He's not. Even the title alone, The Carpenter's Son, tells me the writers knew nothing exactly of what they were doing. In my opinion, there are some thoughts that should never be written down, never released. There's some thoughts that just should never be filmed. And I just came across this trailer by accident. And honestly, I wish I had. It crossed a line that, in my mind, should not be crossed. Now, I'm not here. I'm not here to pronounce a judgment on anyone's eternal destination. That's not my place. But this is what I can say. Mishandling the Holy One is serious. And there are many warnings about doing so. When I go about in society and I hear people say they're going to pray when someone's sick, or they speak a verse, like their verse that their go-to verse, they're all the same. I mean, I know people that haven't even stepped into a church and never cracked the scripture open and will quote a verse that they know nothing about. It's just something they heard someone else say. So obviously, it probably doesn't work for them because they don't have a good understanding of Yahweh, the Elohim of the scriptures, or the Messiah in the scriptures. So it's no wonder why there's no real reverence. And I'll tell you, I love horror movies. That's why Revelation is my favorite book in the Bible. I mean, I've watched horror since I was younger. But there is a clear difference between fictional villains and the Messiah. You can make movies about monsters, demons, but not the Christ, not the Messiah, the Christ, not Emmanuel, the Christ. that line being crossed matters. If you're involved in producing, writing, directing, or acting in something like this, you should pause and really think about why you're doing what you're doing and who you answer to. For me personally, I seen the trailer. I won't watch it. I'll never watch it. I won't support it. And I want nothing to do with it. There are very few things in the world. I shouldn't say it like that. There are very few things in the world that I'm faced with on a day-to-day basis, because I'm just a lowly human being, that I immediately say, I will have nothing to do with that. This is one of them. I will have nothing to do with this one. If I go to Hades, it won't be because I watch this. Some things are not entertainment. Some things are just off limits. And I'll leave it at that. Thanks. Until next time.